Welcome to PMPA's Final Cut of the Week, where we share important information you may have missed while you were making essential parts. I'm Joe Jackson.
And I'm Carly Kistler-Miller, and this is what you need to know for the week ending December 22nd, 2022. Industrial production declined 0.2% in November. At 104.5% of its 2017 average, total industrial production in November was 2.5% above its year earlier reading. Manufacturing output decreased 0.6% in November, but remained 1.2% above its year earlier level. The indexes for durable and non-durable goods manufacturing both declined 0.6%. Capacity utilization moved down 0.2% percentage point in November, a rate that is 0.1 percentage point above its long-run average spanning 1972 to 2021. Our take? These are not substantial changes and are not at all a surprise given the expected seasonal declines in the last calendar quarter.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that the Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers, the CPIU, rose 0.1% in November on a seasonally adjusted basis after increasing 0.4% in October. Over the last 12 months, the All Items Index increased 7.1% before seasonal adjustment. The core CPI, which is all items less food and energy, index rose 6% over the last 12 months, but only rose 0.2% in November, its smallest increase since August 2021.
Energy remains the major issue. The talking heads will tell you that inflation declined in November based on the rate of change of CPI and core CPI. While that may be true in aggregate, it's inexcusable to make that claim while ignoring the continued double-digit increases of energy. The energy index rose 13.1% over the past 12 months. The gasoline index increased 10.1% over this span, and the fuel oil index rose 65.7%. The index for electricity rose 13.7% over the last 12 months, and the index for natural gas increased 15.5% over the same period.
Our Management Update Conference will be held at the Omni Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky from February 23rd to 26th, 2023. Topics include demographics, cybersecurity, economics, leadership, workforce development, and regulatory, plus networking opportunities and a speed networking session. Registration is open on PMPA.org.
This week's Speaking of Precision podcast discusses different perks which can be offered to employees for retention and recruitment. On our Speaking of Suppliers podcast, Miles Free interviews Mike Grivna from RD Holder, and they discuss the company, the challenges our members face while using metalworking fluids, and a brief discussion of the different types of fluids. Both podcasts can be found on major podcast platforms or on PMPA.org.
Now it's time for our weekly tip. Many people worry about the differences between being a leader and being a manager. To learn 5 keys necessary for being a positive and effective team lead, go to PMPA.org's Knowledge Centers or Final Cut of the Week.
And that's our take on what you need to know for the week ending December 22nd, 2022. For more information and links about any of the topics discussed today, please go to PMPA.org and click on Final Cut of the Week.
Happy holidays from the entire PMPA team, and we'll see you next Friday.
10.1% over the span, and the fuel over the span.
Our management update. Blah, blah, blah.
On our Speaking of Suppliers podcast, I correct myself. I'm sorry.
I know. As soon as you on our Speaking.
This is the easy one.
I know. That's what makes it funny.
18.5% over the same period. Thank you for holding out.
I held that in for
I could tell you were holding in something, so I truly appreciate it.
I was like, I'm not doing it to her. She gave herself all the numbers. I can't. Yeah, no, I held that in for so long.
Thank you.
I was waiting to see those stars so bad.